Hi everyone, I'm David Aragona, and I'm going to take a look at my TimeformUS Highlight Horse today at Aqueduct. It's in Friday's seventh race. It's a race going a mile for New York bred fillies. They're 3-year-olds, an optional claiming tag of $75,000, non-winners of one. And one thing to note as we look at this field is there's a new promotion we're running in March where you can make a risk-free bet on my highlight horse in this race. If you bet $7 to win on this horse, if the horse loses, you'll get $7 back. You just have to place the wager through the new DRF bet site at bets.drf.com, the DRF iPhone app, or the new DRF Classic PP wager pad. Bet $7, get $7 back if the horse loses. Taking a look at the field for this seventh race at Aqueduct, the heavy favorite is going to be the number 1 horse, Elegant Zip, and she is just the class of this field. I make, no illusions that she is not way the horse to beat in this race as the most likely winner. But I think it's reasonable to have a little bit have some reservations about this horse, given the fact that she's coming into this race off a layoff. We'll start though by looking at the TimeformUS pace projector, which shows the number 7 horse, Abraxan, on the early lead. I think she's a horse that you have to be aware of because she just does have more speed than her rivals in this race. While she won at the mile distance last time, they were coming home pretty slowly in that race, and I think she might have more trouble getting the distance today, and I prefer the horses that'll be sitting just in behind her, like the 3 Diamond and Simon, the 6 Countable, and the number 1 Elegant Zip. And I'm going to take a look at all of those horses in reverse order, starting with the number 1 Elegant Zip, the aforementioned favorite. And she has just run the fastest speed figures in this race. She's kept the best company coming out of 4 straight stakes events. The thing about Elegant Zip, though, is she really started her career last summer at Saratoga sort of as a finished product. I haven't seen her really improve since then. She's just kept at a steady level, continues to run very high speed figures, and continues to run well. She still has just the 1 win, which is why she's still eligible for this non-winners of 1 allowance condition. But the thing that I'm a little bit concerned about with her is that she's coming off a layoff of over 60 days into this race, and she was actually scheduled to run against Open Company in the Busanda at the beginning of February. She came up with some heat in one of her hoofs and had to be scratched out of this race. So she had a bit of a problem, a bit of a setback, and now they're setting their sights a little bit lower for her return race. Perhaps that's a bad sign. It's just a reason to be a little bit skeptical of a horse who's going to be a heavy favorite. She is the most likely winner, but I'm going to take a small shot against her, just given the fact that there are some lightly raced horses in this field and some others that could improve. The number 6 seems like the most likely alternative. She's a horse that just makes a ton of sense. That's Countable for Linda Rice, who's stepping up off a maiden victory. I liked what I saw from her that day. She beat a legitimate filly in Wadadley Princess, who was second in that race. Wadadley Princess came back and won her next start while beating a rail bias, and then after that she returned to finish a good second against Stakes Company last weekend. So she is a really classy filly that Countable beat in that January 11th score. The problem I have with Countable is the stretch out in distance. I know she's his daughter of Into Mischief, and he's a pretty versatile sire, but the dam side, Kitty Panda, her dam, was really more of a sprinter, and just watching Countable's races, I really get the sense that she's got more of a sprint body type, and she just moves more like a sprinter, so I'm not totally convinced that she's going to relish the stretch out in distance to 1 mile. Also, her 85 TimeformUS speed figure that she shared last time is just not quite on par with the numbers that Elegant Zip is running, so I feel like she's going to have to take a big step forward. I'm taking a shot with the number 3 horse, Diamond and Simon, who is my highlight horse in this race. She's going to be a bit of a price, and I think she's an intriguing alternative to those horses coming off maiden wins and the favorite Elegant Zip, because she really did run well in each of her last 2 starts. I'm not too concerned about her first couple of efforts where she was just kind of figuring out the game, but I liked what I saw from her in that maiden victory at Parks 2-back. I know the TimeformUS speed figure didn't come back that fast, but a number of horses have come back out of that race to run significantly faster in subsequent starts, including the 3rd place finisher Golden Gala, who returned to break her maiden, running much faster TimeformUS speed figures, even improving her figures by 15 to 20 points, as well as the 5th place finisher, who made a similar improvement. So I feel like that 76 TimeformUS speed figure that Diamond and Simon earned for that race might actually be better than it seems. And then last time out, when she made her Aqueduct debut, she earned a 94 TimeformUS speed figure, which puts her right in line with a horse like Elegant Zip. I know they came against a weaker field, but I thought she ran very well within the context of that race. And if we take a look at the replay of her finishing up the final quarter mile, it's worth noting that February 9th, the day that this race was run, was a day that featured an extreme rail bias, and the winner of this race, as well as the 3rd and 4th place finishers, rode the rail for almost the entire race. And Diamond and Simon was the only horse in this field that actually did well while racing in the 2 to 3 path throughout. She does duck to the rail at the 8th pole, as you saw just there. Very green in the late stages. She was kind of ducking out from the whip and ducking in. And she's actually going to finish off this race pretty well and gallop out ahead of the winner. I thought Diamond and Simon ran better than it seems in this race, and that 94 TimeformUS speed figure that she earned for that effort puts her in line with Elegant Zip. She's going to be a bit of a price because of the connections that are coming in from out of town, but I think that she's a filly that is improving at the right time and is more likely to appreciate the mile distance than some of her rivals. So I'm taking a shot with the number 3 Diamond and Simon. She's 10 to 1 on the morning line, hoping to get a price in the 7 or 8 to 1 range, and I think we will. So she's my alternative to the favorite in the 7th race at Aqueduct on Friday. Hopefully we can make a score today. See you next week.